Another example of a classic class snowmobile. This is my Ski Doo jacket, and we're talking about a 1993 Mach Z. Now, this was the entry for the muscle class sled category. Three cylinders and 3 pipes. By then, of course, Yamaha in '92 had come up with their racer, and this was the year that the other 3, including Ski Doo, came to the table. And I wanted to introduce you to this Mach Z. Now, this thing sits on what they call an F2000 chassis, really has beefier springs, of course, because there's a bigger motor in here. But it has a trailing arm front suspension. It's called DSA. I think that stands for direct shock action. How's that for a flowery word? Anyway, this machine was long awaited. Remember, others were coming to the table, and the Ski Doo faithful, boy, they wanted to get into this game too and represent their brand. And as a result, these were a spring order only. You didn't find this at the dealer showroom that year. They built 600 total, and they were sold through a kind of a snow check, a spring snow check affair. And so let's take a look at the internals. I'm going to open up this hood, and we can take a peek at what we're looking at here. Again, 1, 2, 3 cylinders and 3 pipes. This is all, stock, if you will, configuration, and that's the case. The engine itself, 744 cc's. It is case reed injected, and it is the first example of a Ski Doo with these RAVE valves, a variable exhaust. I think Ski Doo might very well have been the very first to come to the table with that. Conspicuously, no rotary valve. The Ski Doo Corporation had sort of weaned itself away from the rotary valve that served them just so very well in the 80s, to use an example. So this was their new entry. It had a lot of innovation, that type of thing. And a first-year effort. Again, 600 were built in 1993. I have gone to shows and talked to people about this particular model, and they say, hey, there's something unusual about this. Not unusual, but the hood itself is fiberglass. This is fiberglass. The following year, and the subsequent years, of course, they went to plastic. So that'll distinguish. If you're in the market for one of these and you're looking and saying, what year is it? Again, look at that hood. Is it fiberglass or is it plastic? Fiberglass 93 and plastic thereafter. And so I'm very proud to have this. Another feature about this sled that I noticed was that the skis, although they're steel, have plastic rudders. That is to say, this part here is plastic. Okay? Now, this part here is steel. And so they were seeing, to use an example for the Yamaha, how plastic ski bottoms, made a difference. So they followed suit with kind of a hybrid. That's not a ski skin that's an add-on. It quite frankly is assembled at the factory. This one, of course, is studded up like so many of the other lake racers, muscle sleds of the era. I especially like the instrumentation. Come on over and we'll take a peek at this. The gauge setup looks very nice, and I just like that. And it's kind of tucked away there. There might be a little snow buildup, excuse me, but that's a handsome looking dashboard. And so that kind of summarizes what Ski Doo was up to. Do you know that Ski Doo, quite frankly, they were losing market share in the 80s. Think of Yamaha in their phaser exciter era. Think Polaris and their Indy series. So Ski Doo actually hired outside people to come in and kind of, they were told to kind of get us back in this game. We started out in snowmobile manufacture. We've drifted off into train cars and planes and military contracts. Let's get back to our core biz, or our original business anyway, which was the snowmobiles. And so this is a pioneering effort in many aspects. And after driving this thing around, let me tell you, it's a rocket. I find very quick action, and this thing truly comes to life. So I wanted to show you a first year triple the 1993 Mach Z Ski Doo. Thanks for watching.